How do you deal with real life situations while suffering with anxiety? It's a good question.
Are you listening? Yeah. Yeah.
Have you subscribed yet? Click that damn subscribe button. Like this video if you like the content. Please share it. You might notice there's a bit of a pattern here. I'm doing 7 PM UK time uploads every day. Like, that's the plan, is for me to try and maintain everyday uploads at 7 PM UK time. But for me to be able to do that, I need questions. So if you have one, drop it in the comments below after you've hit the subscribe button. Let's do this. How do you deal with real life situations whilst suffering with anxiety? And it's a good question from Catalin on Facebook. He's a friend. How do you deal with real life situations? It's a good question, but for me personally, when I've had, like, this is a pattern, and I don't know whether other people could relate to this, but this is about me questioning everything and my experience and my take. It's not from a textbook. So when I've had a real life situation, and I have had quite a number of real life situations over the past few years, how do I deal with them? I deal with them with very, very little anxiety, and I don't know why that is. I think it's because I am completely occupied, like my brain is not thinking about myself. It's thinking about whatever it is that I need to deal with. So even if it's stressful, I tend to be able to recognize that if I feel a bit off, then I know that it's because of the stressful situation. So it's weird that I can differentiate between me sitting at home watching TV and freaking out, like, that's anxiety. But if I'm sitting at home and there's something stressful going on and I have those same sensations or the same whatever, then I can actually, you know, accept that it's just the stress that's causing that. So it's weird. I don't know why I can interpret those feelings as stress if there's a stress in my life. But when there's no stress, I can't interpret those feelings as anything. It's because there's no reason for it, I guess. So for me, dealing with real life situations has never really been a major issue when it comes to anxiety, because I just seem to go onto some kind of autopilot where I can deal with stuff. And it's really, really odd. But I will say this, and this is probably the point in which most of you can relate, like maybe a couple of days after, or the day after, or whatever, when the stress seems to blow over, or you manage it, or you figure out a solution to whatever it is that's been causing the real life situation, like, that is usually when it hits me. And I don't know whether it's because I'm exhausted through dealing with the stress and, like, the tension, the build-up. I can't actually answer as to why that happens, but I'm assuming it's just because of the build-up. It's because of the stressful situation. I was on autopilot when I was dealing with it. Now that it's a bit of downtime, I switch back to thinking about myself, and that's when it becomes an issue, and I'll feel tired, and I'll probably feel dizzy, and I won't want to get up and do anything. I'm lethargic, you know? So whether anybody can relate to that, I don't know. But when it comes to dealing with real life situations, I just seem to be able to deal with it. So that's my answer on this one. Like, I can't give you any more than that. I know that whatever it is that's stressing you out, you will be able to deal with, of course. And anxiety may play a part. It may not. But when it comes to real life situations, they have to be dealt with. And they usually are, and we're pretty good at stuff like that. Us being anxiety sufferers. So yeah, that's all I can give you on that one.